I was excited about this episode, guys. Like, really excited. Okay? Because I was like, oh, the tea's going to be good. We're going to sit there and we're just going to stew in it. So I actually just went on Kylan's live, which, if any of you did, he did mention the beginning of this episode was a tea that he kind of talked about on his live. Basically, Horacio and him were laughing, I guess, when Hasaf got eliminated. And it was about something completely unrelated to him being eliminated, but Jay heard the laughter. It was just bad timing. He laughed. He wasn't laughing at the situation. He was laughing at something else, but the timing of it was horrible. So then Jay just comes in the house all upset and angry and talking about, you're a horrible person. And next morning we wake up still tense in the house. Love that. Love the drama. Okay. But Jay, I think he got a little power to his head because he just goes after Nerese saying like she's the sole reason why everything happened the way it did. And it's like there's 12 other people, Jay. There was other people who tied the vote. You could have changed the vote up too. You've been playing a great social game. I won't knock you, especially with the moves he made later on in this episode. I might not like the fact that he's going against that side of the house, but I can respect his gameplay in that. He has a great game move. He said the right things to the right person to just convince them to do his bidding, and they did it. So, but in this conversation, he was just wrong. And then Michelle was even had to put him in his place a little bit and was like, Jay, remember who you are, because I helped you out too. I'm not just anybody here. So I don't know. I think it's emotionally getting involved. His emotions, emotionally, I'm sorry, guys. His emotions are getting involved in this instance. He's just upset his friend left. But it's like, bro, you say don't take it personal when you're going after Horatio, but as soon as your friend goes, you're taking it personal. So this was my favorite part of the episode. This is when the game for me started happening. The purge has begun, guys. Okay? So, if you don't know, Conquest, the great twist, and spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, the great twist in this is that if you suck, you out. There's no Jay come save me. There's no Michelle come save me. I was honestly during this whole thing was really hoping Mariah would go, and that didn't work out. Cuz I just like Mariah to me, she can go and I won't be upset. It is what it is with her. Um, but yeah, this was great. I love this twist. It was cool to see. And it'll be interesting how it goes moving forward if people start changing up their alliances due to now strength. Because if someone's more likely to win this, and the winner, obviously, with the new twist, which we'll talk about later, I don't know. Maybe some alliances may switch, make it a little bit interesting, a little spicy, a little razzle dazzle, because right now it's still a little lukewarm. But let's move on. So those who watched, you saw Ed win, and as soon as he won, I was like, great, same old is gonna happen here. And it really did. I don't get why Ed didn't think, because if I was Ed, I'd want to keep the big targets of Kylan and Horacio on the show. Because if they're still on the show, Jay's always zeroed in on them like tunnel vision. He's not gonna be thinking about you. Jay did make a comment saying Ed's kind of a threat, but I'm still gonna go after Horatio and Kylan. So he's still so focused on them two that you could just use them to like have them ping pong against each other while you just sit there and not be targeted. And then you can slowly chip away at other people. I would just be using them for that benefit. But okay, this is the new twist, guys. Sorry I got on that rant. Basically, if you win, you pick the next person to be safe, and it's a domino effect. So depending on who you pick first, chooses the next person to be safe, so forth and so forth. So Jay went to Ed and was like, hey, this is the order you need to do. You need to make Nerese be the last person to vote. So Nerese had this difficult decision between these four here. And if I was her, I probably would have made the same decision because I don't think Olivia going against the boys would have came out with Olivia winning. And I don't think Olivia against Zara would come out winning. So it's like, I would probably done the same thing. Also, it's her best friend. This had to be one of the best challenges of this season so far. There's no doubt about it. You had three competent competitors. It was interesting. It was chaotic at times. It was competitive. And there was strategy involved. And you had to do puzzles and physical things. And it was really, really good. I think Kylan had the best strategy going into this elimination, with not going into the mud first, unlike Zara. So the different strategy here, Kylan and Horatio, they went to the left and went up a wall, and Zara, she went straight down the middle and went to the pit. Zara's whole point was let me get the easy puzzle out of the way, whereas Horatio and Kylan's strategy was let's get the hard puzzle out of the way first. And I gotta say, I think their strategy was the best, not just because of how it turned out, but just because by the end of something where you're going through so many physical challenges, like you're not gonna your brain's gonna be fried. And so I think they did the best situation because the easy puzzles they were able to just kind of finish it out. So this had me wanting to do that, graduation song. As we go on, we remember. Because I'm going to miss Sarah, okay? I'm going to miss her so bad. I hope she comes to future challenges. I think it's a big possibility. She did mention in her exit interview that that's a thing she would do, and she wants them two to come in first or second at this whole competition. I do too, girl. I do too. They deserve it. But what did you guys think of this week's episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you interested, bored? Leave your comments below. What do you think of their strategies going into this elimination?